just quit drinking alcohol for a month. Guys, this is the thought process I used when I wanted to quit drinking. I said to myself, it's not going to be forever. It doesn't need to be forever. At the end of the day, you can take it an hour by hour if you need to. But I ask you to do one thing for me. Try not drinking alcohol for 1 month. Just 1 month. Okay? If after that, don't see any benefits, or you're not interested, go back to drinking. What's the harm in it? Don't wait for dry January, like all the sheep who get there on the January the 1st. Oh, I'm not going to drink this month, so, dry January. Everyone's texting each other, oh, how are you getting on? Don't be like that. Do it now. If you can not drink for a month when the sun's out, the weather's beautiful, the World Cup's on, and you can go a month, imagine how easy you're going to find January, February. You might be 6-7 months sober by then. Guys, I'm not promising you that after a month of not drinking, you're going to be running the London Marathon in 2 hours. It's not going to happen. But what I can promise you is you will start to see the benefits. And there's lots of benefits to not drinking. For one, your energy. Guys, your energy level just goes through the roof. Not straight away, takes a few weeks or a month, but you just notice you just get so much more energy. Wake up clearer headed in the morning. And it's the one thing that I enjoy most is now I just seem to have just bucket loads of energy. And I'm getting older now, I'm 41, and I honestly feel I've got more energy now than when I was 25. And that's not just me saying that, that's God's honest truth. I'll get up and go to the gym 6 times a week. Now obviously that helps with energy, but it's all a loop, guys. If you stop drinking, you'll probably start eating better. If you start eating better, you'll lose weight. That'll motivate you to go to the gym more. It's all just a cycle of good things that you can do for yourself. Like I say, going back to it, guys, I'm not going to promise you, I'm not going to promise you the world. It's not going to completely change your life, not drinking for a month. But you might start to see benefits. So for one, sleep. Guys, I've never slept. I've always been an okay sleeper anyway, but I've never slept so well in my life. It is incredible. I literally drive my wife insane. We will go to bed, I'll put my head on that pillow, and I will not wake up until my alarm goes off to go to the gym. It's unbelievable. When I was drinking, I used to have that horrible Sunday morning where you're hungover, leads all through the day, and then Sunday you'd have that funny sweats you get on the Sunday night before work. Anxiety would creep in, and all these horrible negative traits that would happen to you in the morning. I just never enjoyed it. But yeah, your sleep will improve, guys, and if your sleep improves, that's going to help your cognitive function. It's all just a cycle. It literally, everything is interconnected. You'll find you'll eat better. For one, you're not going to be taking on empty calories. As we know, alcohol, especially some of the beers, they contain so many calories. There's 220 calories in the average pint of lager, and around the same in a medium glass of red wine. Guys, that is an awful lot of calories for one, and they're empty. Remember, they've got no other benefits, no other nutrients. You're not getting any proteins, any carbohydrates, any good fats, anything. It's all just sugar and empty calories. So, you go out on your average night after work on a Friday, have 10 beers, that's 2,000 to 2,200 calories. Not to mention the kebab on the way home. Just sitting in a pub drinking. Can you imagine you ate another 2,000 calories worth of food on top of what you're already eating? I mean, as a benefit, you might actually at least get some decent stuff out of other food if you're eating meats and so, you get protein. You're not going to get anything from alcohol. You're just going to put on weight. That's going to be another benefit, guys. You will lose the weight. And a real favourite of mine is mental clarity. God, I can't explain to you just how different I think now. I used to have this horrible fog that just came over me. It was horrible. It would just be, I'd just get mind blanks. I used to just not really know what was going on. I'd get sort of tasks at work and I'd get flustered. I don't have that anymore. Just chilled. I've just got such a chilled life. I just come to work, got other things going on. I just completely think different. Not just about, you know, my diet or going to the gym, but I think different about business. I've got some businesses that I'm sort of up and running, and I don't think I would have, if I was still drinking, I don't think I'd have had the mental capacity to deal with some of the problems that I face on the journey. It would just be impossible. Like I say, it's only on this side of, and obviously not drinking, that you realise just how much alcohol just fogs your brain. You know, and guys, what is the worst that's going to happen if you don't drink for a month? You're going to get a few of your friends saying the same old thing. Oh, why aren't you drinking? You're boring. Just say to them, I'm just having a month off not drinking. Sorry if for a month I'm going to be out of your little club where everyone gets excited because it's the only thing going on in their lives, and everything revolves around alcohol, and everyone who doesn't drink is a preacher, and everyone who doesn't drink are obviously possessed or brainwashed to some. I've had it all, guys. Honestly, you know, I've got this guy on TikTok driving me insane. Keeps commenting on all of my videos, just saying, well, one about my hairband. Sorry, I wear a hairband. I've got long hair and I want to keep it back while most of my day I'm walking around with it. Sorry. And just saying things like, oh, you know, I've been drinking for 50 years and I've never had a problem. You're telling me he's never had a problem? I can't see any pictures of him, guys. So, you know, he's all right to comment on my appearance, but they're always the ones, aren't they? Always the ones you can't see their face or they've got no pictures. They always comment on people's appearance. Unbelievable. But yeah, he just says all the typical things. Oh, I've been doing it 50 years. Oh, I bet you're no fun at parties. It gets so boring, guys. Honestly, I'm nearly 3 years into sobriety now, and I can tell you it's water off a duck's back. I really don't think about it anymore. It does not bother me in the slightest. You know, my friends have got over it. Actually, two of them actually joined and stopped drinking with me. So, shout out to them. But yeah, it's just water off a duck's back now. It really doesn't bother me. You know, even when you meet sort of new people, I met a couple on holiday recently, and you know, you say, "Oh, I don't drink," and they, "Oh, you don't drink? Well, why?" I just gave up 2.5 years. Oh, okay. Oh, was you an alcoholic? No. Oh, well, why did you stop then? Because I wanted to make a positive change in my life. Oh, right. Oh, okay. But you know, you can have a drink on holiday, though, can't you? No. The whole point is, I don't drink alcohol anymore. It doesn't matter if it's on holiday or where I am. That is the new boundaries and the congruency that I've set for myself. Not everyone understands, unfortunately, guys. They look at you like you're an alien. But I'll tell you one thing, in my opinion, I give it 5 years, and I think that people who don't drink, sober people, are going to be the norm, the majority. You look at vaping. I mean, or smoke. Sorry, you look at smoking. Cigarettes, actual cigarettes, not vaping. Everyone vapes, but there was a time when I was going to nightclubs and pubs, and there was everyone smoked. If you didn't smoke, you were the weirdo. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, do you want a fag?" No, I don't smoke. Oh, you don't smoke? And now look, guys, how many people smoke cigarettes compared to? Obviously, you get people still smoke, obviously, but you compare the number. I mean, it's in decline. People now say, if people smoke, you now look at them and like, oh, you smoke? What cigarettes? Not vapes? And like, yeah. Like, oh, okay. And that is what it's going to be for alcohol, I believe. I believe that it's happening. Now, you look at the rise of non-alcoholic beer. I mean, you go now to Tesco's, literally, it used to be like one section. I think there was one non-alcoholic beer at the start, wasn't it? I can't remember which one it was. Was it one of the punk IPAs? I can't remember which one. And that was the one that was, all over the shelves and everything like that. Brewdog, I think it was Brewdog, but they're one of the first. And now, any company that doesn't have their own non-alcoholic range, well, they're basically shooting themselves in the foot. because they are everywhere. You go to Tesco's, half of the aisle is full, if sometimes even over half, with special offers and all that, because this is what people are doing now. I know so many people who have quit. My brother, he drunk for, how old is he, 50, 35 years. He asked a few questions when I was doing it. He got a bit sort of sober curious. He said, oh, you know, what's it like? And, you know, do you find it hard and all that? He come around a month later for some dinner. I said, oh, I've got some beers in the fridge that I haven't drunk because obviously they've just been in here for like last year. He said, no, I've stopped. I said, sorry? He said, yeah, I've stopped drinking. And you've gone sober? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, congratulations. And here we are nearly 2 years down the line, guys. 35 years of drinking. And he's 2 years into sobriety. Doesn't even think about it. Doesn't bother him in the slightest. Went round his last night, watched the World Cup. And yeah, we was both sitting there having some ginger beer. Didn't even register, you know. His wife, she quit about a year before him. Well, no, 2 years before him. And some of his friends have started to quit. Like I say, some of my friends started to quit. My mum and dad don't drink. But that's even another thing, guys. The younger generation, when I was 16, well, 15 to 18, 19, 20, I was getting smashed 4 times a week. 4 or 5 times. Honestly, I was literally out Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, without fail. And now the younger generation, they're just not interested. They're in for having the odd cider or the odd beer, but I don't think they're genuinely that very interested. I'm really pleased with the new generation, the way they've looked at alcohol, seen generations before who have created a narrative that you have to get absolutely wrecked every weekend, and that's completely normal. And they looked at that and thought, I don't want that for my life. You know, I want congruency. I want to be clear-headed and sober. I'm really, really pleased with the new generation. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, but with this message for you, okay? You don't need to be at rock bottom to quit drinking alcohol. If you want to go onto my TikTok, you can get on there from the description. I've got all my short form videos on TikTok. I've got my shorts on YouTube. I've got an Instagram account that's new. From my link tree, guys, if you're interested, there's some sober digital products. So you've got on there like a 30-day sobriety journal. You've got an SOS card, emergency card that you can refer to if you struggle with your cravings. And I'll just get over here. I've got lots of other things like Sobriety money tracker to see how much money you're saving for not drinking. There's lots going, guys. Go and check them out. There's a lot on there, and I've also just started some merchandise because I've just got some on order because I'm going to start to wear them. And it's called Life's Better Sober, and you can purchase various products, you know, because I think it's good to express yourself with your sobriety. Why not? You know, if you're proud of yourself and for not drinking, wear the merch. So if you want to check that out, that's also on my link tree, guys. But yeah, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.